So what's up, everybody? This is me, Essex Shea with the Essex Shea Project. Excuse my trap music in the background. Definitely listen to some of my old school rap music that I think is real trap music or real music, period, real rap. I like some of that real old school when they really was rapping about things that matter or the culture that they come from. Today's topic to me is really simple, but it's really important because I think a lot of people overlook and don't understand that it doesn't matter what you think or what you feel that your value is when we're talking about another individual, right? I think that we understand and we know our value, right? Because we're going to always feel, or we should always feel and understand our value. And even if we don't understand our value, that eventually at some point we will. But what does that matter when he or she doesn't value you the same way? So I'll talk about that, or I'll express my opinion, or I'll give you some examples of what I mean by that, right? Miss Billings, Miss Lindsay, everybody, hey, hello, how are you doing? Miss Lockett, how are you? I hope you guys are having a blessed, beautiful day. Thank you guys for definitely logging in and showing me some appreciation and allowing me to express myself. Mrs. Cole, Miss Alicia, how are you doing today? I hope work is extremely well. I know you probably deal with some weirdos or some funky, stinky, I don't know, whatever it may be, but I hope that you had an amazing day. And I'm also send you that article that I was telling you about last night as well. So be watching out for that, Mrs. Cole. So let me go ahead and express to you a little bit about what I was talking about, man. So here at the end of the day, we always sit back and the first thing that typically people tend to say is, well, I know my worth, right? I definitely know what I'm worth. I know that I'm a good man. I know that I'm a good woman, whatever the situation may be. We typically tend to brag about the qualities that we have. Oh, well, I got something to bring to the table. Or better yet, I look good. I'm older, but I'm fine. I got a nice body, or whatever the situation may be. At the end of the day, we brag about our worth. But what does that really matter when you get with somebody or you give yourself to somebody or you're dealing with somebody? All right. And when you're dealing with somebody that doesn't understand or doesn't appreciate or doesn't give a fuck about your worth, he or she may not give a shit about what your worth is. So therefore, when you're sitting back and you're bragging and you're telling me and you're trying to tell the rest of the world how great of a woman you are, you totally disregarded how great of a woman you are by giving yourself to a man who doesn't value, who doesn't appreciate how great of a woman you are. So therefore, the things that you're telling me and the things that you're bragging to the world about and the things that you take so much pride and the things that you take so much joy for, they're all run to shit. It's all gone to hell. It's all irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's went to a complete simple waste, all simply because you gave yourself to somebody who doesn't respect, who doesn't appreciate, or who cannot see the same value that you see in yourself. Let me give you a really good example. There's a lot of really good, strong, hard-working men who go to work every single day, who love their women, who's faithful, who's taking care of their woman. They probably got a work-at-home mom, or they probably got a woman who's not even a mom, but doesn't have to go to work because the man wants to take care of her and give her appreciation. What does that matter that you're doing all of these things when you got a woman who only gives a damn when the bags come, who doesn't really cook or clean, when you got a woman who doesn't really appreciate her hard work, and how she shows you that she doesn't appreciate the hard work is not because she's not asking you, hey, what can I do for you today, but what have you done for me today? Not that you haven't been doing shit for her for the past how many months, years, or decades that you've been with her, but it doesn't matter because all she cares about is what you're constantly feeding into her home, what you're constantly feeding into her pockets, her gifts, you're spoiling her, whatever it may be. But the question is that when has she turned around and said, hey, what can I do for you? So again, you can sit back and you can brag to all of these women about how good you look, and you can sit back and brag to all of these sisters about how good of a man you are and how you work and how you take care of your woman. But none of that matters if you get with a person who doesn't value all of the things about you and how you are, who you are. Same thing with you sisters, right? I sit back and I look at a lot of beautiful sisters, a lot of beautiful, strong women who basically are telling me, listen, Essex, I go to work, I got an education, I take care of my kids, I'm in shape, I look good, I'm educated, I got a sense of humor. Yes, I got a wild side, I'll do whatever my man wants me to do. I'm submissive, I'm strong on so many different levels. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, yo, all of that shit sounds great. But you're with the wrong man who doesn't value or who can't see or who doesn't appreciate and takes that shit for granted every single day. So here's the whole thing about bragging about something. Here's the whole thing about being able to tell me about something, right? That's just like saying, I got this brand new Lexus Essex. I just bought a drop top Lexus, but I ain't got no gas money. What? So what you got a Lexus for? You bragging about a car that you can't drive. Baby, you bragging about all of these qualities that you can't even really extend to its fullest potential. See, here's the whole thing to me when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't value, who doesn't care about your potential, right? If I'm a very educated man, but I got a woman who could give a damn about my education, how can I put my education to its truest potential? I mean, independently I can, but the fact that I'm with this woman who may not value that, this woman will never sit down and brainstorm with me. We'll never sit down and take a master plan and try to take over the world or get the kids where we want to get the kids and live on a level that we really want to live on. I got to do everything by myself. Now, I'm not saying that you're not acknowledging your worth. What I'm telling you is that you're not allowing your worth to be put to its fullest potential. So you're bragging about all of these things that are being suppressed. You're bragging about all of these things that don't exist. You're bragging about all of these things of which you could have, but you really don't have because you're with somebody who's not allowing it to grow to its fullest potential. You can cook. Baby, listen, I understand that you sisters know how to cook. I understand that you sisters got the gift of gab. You can work magic and work wonders in that kitchen. But baby, does it really matter how good you can cook when you're with a man who doesn't even take the time to help you fix the plates? Does it matter how good you can cook when dinner was absolutely amazing? He didn't even compliment the chef. Does it matter how good you can cook? Oh, Lord, that cobbler that you created. Oh, Lord, you know what? I'm a health freak. Girl, you cook all of these amazing dinners. You do all of these amazing things, but he don't compliment you. He don't respect it. Girl, he don't help wash the dishes. He take that meal for granted every day. Instead of him asking, hey, love, you know, is there anything that you need for dinner? He walks to the door and he asks, oh, while he's on the phone, by the way, hold on one second. Is dinner ready? Okay, then. All right, babe, I'm going to go to the back. I'll be right back. So that's the first thing that somebody can walk through the door. They can walk through the door and they cannot value you, right? And so here we go again. What we typically try to do to defend ourselves and to defend our personalities and to defend our character, right? We typically try to defend our worth because we don't want nobody to feel like we're not worth nothing. We want somebody to feel like we're worth everything underneath the sun. Baby, I'm glorious, baby. I'm so gorgeous. I'm just so fine. I'm so educated. I'm so strong. I'm so spiritual. I'm so religious. All right? I'm going to use those two things for an example. You're a spiritual being. Oh, girl, you're on a whole nother level. Religious, you know your words, and you got a good heart. You got a God-fearing heart. But you're with someone who doesn't even acknowledge your religion, doesn't respect your religion, doesn't really try to love you for who you are, how you are, right? So your religion has you doing certain things, but they're always trying to egg you into some other things. Your religion really don't celebrate Christmas, but we're going to make sure the kids got Christmas, though. So again, what does it matter when you're talking about all of these amazing, phenomenal qualities in yourself when you got somebody that doesn't appreciate them? So when you want to sit back and you want to brag about how good of a woman you are, you're supposed to be able to brag about how good of a woman you are. And not only are you supposed to be able to brag about how good you are, but you got to be able to show me your fullest potential. That's like you telling me, yo, man, I went to the All-Star game. You went to the All-Star game, but did you play in the All-Star game? No. You went to the All-Star game. Did you have front row tickets? No. You went to the All-Star game. Did you get any memorabilia? No. So you just went to a game and say that you went to a game. At the end of the day, we all suffer this, or we have suffered this, or we've probably been in a position where we've realized or we've noticed that somebody doesn't really recognize or understand our worth. And it goes both ways. And that's why I put him and her on there. Because, see, here we go again. I'm not going to sit back and make these brothers look like they're not really doing anything. But let's go beyond the looks. Let's go beyond the sex. Let's go beyond all of that, right? Let's just really go back to just the genuine love and roots of a man and a woman. What a man really gets up and tries to do for his woman every day. I get up and I work my ass off to try to provide, to try to feed you, to try to give you everything that I can give you as a man. You wake up every single day as a woman. And not only do you understand that I try to provide for you, but you try to provide for me equally as well. You'll try to make sure that how I have your back, you have my back, and how I love you, you love me, and how I want to just walk around and I see things and I spoil you, you spoil me and I spoil you. And this is just a balance of love, and this is just a balance of appreciation. This is just a balance of really truly what we call genuine respect, genuine love for a person, and that's what we typically go after, and that's what we typically try to have. But when you have somebody that's the total opposite, and they don't have the genuine love, They don't have the genuine appreciation. They don't have the genuine thoughts of you. All this individual is doing is taking advantage of you, so you don't get a chance to express your true potential. You don't get a chance to be the best woman that I know you know how to be, and I don't get a chance to be the best man that I know how to be because I'm with a woman who just takes me for granted. I'm with a woman who instead of sometimes wakes up and runs my shower because she got to the bathroom first, she wakes up, runs her shower, and gets in and not even invites me into the shower to at least join her so that way we can at least take a shower together, wash each other's backs, and start our morning off with amazing, wonderful, wonderful shower sex or whatever it's going to be. So again, I'm with somebody who's just taking, or I'm with someone who doesn't see, who doesn't hear, who doesn't feel my worth. And that's the one thing that I want to make sure that when I do dedicate myself to somebody, right, that this individual can not only see what I'm worth, right, see the hard work, but they can feel it every single day when I walk through the door. Every single day when I get home, I want my woman to feel exactly how wonderful, how magical, how much her man is worth, right? I want you to be embraced. I want you to be smacked with love. Like, oh, Essex is in the house. Give me hugs, boy. I've been missing you. And I just saw you 2 hours ago. I don't care. I still miss you some more. That's how we're really supposed to love and care about each other. That's how we're really supposed to appreciate each other. We're supposed to be able to acknowledge each other every single time. Here's a really cool thing about worth, right? Worth doesn't necessarily have a monetary value to it. When we talk about your individual worth, does your worth include the fact that you may depreciate, or does your worth include, or what I may call insurance, right? What's the insurance on your love? Have anybody ever really thought about having insurance on their love? What's insurance? How do you put insurance on love? How do you put insurance on worth? How do you do that? What is that? Well, here's the whole thing. Let me show you guys something that's not insurance, all right? And then I'll explain to you my version of insurance. So I had a really interesting conversation with a sister who 2 months later, 3 months later, is in love. 2 or 3 months later, I'm in love. I want to have babies. I want to get married. 2 or 3 months later. That's beautiful. That shit's working for you that way. You know what, baby? That's beautiful. But 2 or 3 months later, you haven't really experienced anything. So therefore, you may know your worth. He may know his worth. You may think that he's amazing. He may think that you're amazing. But you guys haven't had that drop. So just like how you have insurance on your home, just in case if shit breaks, do you have insurance on your relationship to where you guys have built enough time and enough study with each other to really sit back and say, okay, look, just in case we get into an argument, or just in case some shit doesn't always go my way, am I still going to feel the same way about you? Right? Am I still going to feel like I love you the way that I loved you when I thought everything was perfect? So what's the insurance on your love? Because this is what's happening with some of you guys and some of your relationships that you guys typically don't want to admit, or that you guys are trying to avoid. What happens is that you get with somebody and you think that everything is all good. A couple months later, 6, 7, 8 months, I don't know, whatever you want to specify on numbers. And all of a sudden you guys go for this first slump. This is the first slump because there may be a few. Right? So you go through the first slump, and when you go through your first slump, they like, oh shit, I'm done with her, bruh. Fuck this, man. She crazy. She was arguing. She was throwing shit last night, man. That bitch ain't shit. But wait a minute. A couple months ago, you was everything. So when we talk about self-value, when we talk about worth, what you have to understand is that I know that my house is worth X amount of dollars. And just because a pipe breaks and pressure causes it to crack, or there's a few stress marks, don't sit back and tell me that my house ain't worth nothing. Just because I have something that happens that I couldn't control, don't sit back and tell me that I ain't worth shit. Just because your woman comes home stressed out, or your man had a bad day at work, or the job laid them off, or the money's not coming in the way that it used to be, better yet, just because maybe her stomach is getting a little bit, the little pouch there that she didn't have at first because she didn't had a couple babies. Maybe she didn't got a few more stretch marks, right? What's the insurance on your love for this individual to see and know that, you know what, we're going to repair these things, all right? And I'm not telling you the stretch marks need to be repaired. I think they're beautiful in my opinion because it shows that you birthed the child. It shows growth. It shows whatever it may be. But y'all get the gist of what I'm saying is that if y'all go through some shit, if pressure bust pipes, you're a little stressed out, you're showing signs of wear and tear, that this man still knows your worth. That this man still knows that you're a great woman. that you was a good buy-in, that this wasn't for nothing, that he's just not going to dump you and ditch you and go to the next thing that looks perfect, that you're worth the repairs, that you're worth the hard work, that you're worth the rebuilding, because again, that's the insurance that you put on your home. So what's the insurance that you putting on your love? What's the insurance that you putting on your relationships? You feel what I'm saying? What insurance are you putting on your relationships? This is my form of insurance. My form of insurance is dedication and time, consistency and behaviors. I was telling a good friend of mine, she's listening right now. Listen, love, we listen to people every day, all day, tell us how good they are. Well, I'm a fine woman. I'm a good woman. I'm a mother. You know, I love my babies. Baby, every time you text me, you get home at 3 in the morning. God damn it, you ain't got no job. What is you coming home at 3 in the morning for? Oh, you out there. But you want to tell me how great of a woman you are? How perfect things are? Baby, listen, I hear you and I want to believe you. But your behaviors is showing me something else. So therefore, this insurance policy is kind of rocky right now because I got a feeling that the coverage that you were promising, right? The love that you promising, baby, you showing me something else. I need full coverage. I need a woman that's going to love me that through my thick and through my thin, through my ups and through my downs. I need a woman that's going to love me when even Essex is an asshole sometimes. Because, baby, listen, if y'all didn't know one thing about Essex, there's days where I have my asshole days. I'm a polite asshole. I'll say some slick shit, piss you off. Yeah, I pissed you off. Whatever. And go back to my nerd-loving ways because I'm a man. I'm a human being, right? And we got emotions that fluctuate sometimes. So my whole thing is that through time and through consistency, through growing, right? Right? I get it, right? We want to fall in love overnight. Like, oh, shit, I love you. I love you. But just because I feel like I love you, which I may love you, you ain't gave me no insurance yet. Now, I may love the woman that I see right now. I may love this body. I may love your style. Boy, I love everything about you, girl. But you ain't giving me no insurance, baby. You haven't shown me consistency. Your policy don't cover my ups and downs. I got to pull out the insurance card. I got a digital insurance card. And your policy says full coverage as long as you got a job, full coverage as long as you keep a body, full coverage as long as I buy you materialistic shit, full coverage, but just in case an act of God to where I may get injured or hurt, no coverage. Just in case Donald Trump fucks up the country, no coverage. Just in case you get laid off, no coverage. Just in case you can't provide that same lifestyle, but you trying as hard as you can try now, brother. You're working your ass off. You was being the best man that you can be. But because you wasn't that man that she first got, oh, there ain't no coverage. So when I look at this insurance policy, a love, I'm not covered by you. I'm not going to be loved through thick and thin. You mean to tell me that my car and my house is taken care of more than I am? You mean to tell me I didn't put more coverage on your fucking car than what you can provide and protect for me? You mean to tell me that through thick and thin, if I have an accident, baby, you're not gonna rebuild me. You're not gonna help fix me. You're not gonna help me get to where I need to be because I didn't had an accident. So I'm gonna lose out on you because I didn't had an accident. Cause it happens. Cause I make mistakes. I'm a man. So that's the reason why I say, listen, they don't give a fuck about your worth. He or she, they don't give a fuck about how good of a woman you are. King, she don't give a fuck about how great of a man you've tried to be. And if you want to brag, and if I want to brag, I got to make sure that I'm bragging for the right reasons. I shouldn't have to brag because, see, I don't have to tell you that I'm a God-fearing man because I live and walk this every day. And you don't have to tell me how great of a woman you are because, baby, you're just going to be a good woman every single day. So for the people who do decide to brag and you feel like you have to overcompensate, and you feel like you got to let the world know how good of a woman and a man you are. I understand that, but talking and a lot more showing. So that way, this person that you're with, because if they can't see you, hopefully they can see you now. Or better yet, remember when I did the other video and I said, why are we giving CPR to dead situations? Well, here we go, love. Here we go, King. That's a dead situation. When you're with someone who doesn't know or value you the way that you desire to be valued and respected and loved and understood, the situation is dead. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward. It's time to grow. It's time to progress to another level. Right? Instead of talking about it, we just got to be about it. But again, do you have insurance on your love? Do you have insurance on your relationship? What's your insurance? And let me tell y'all something. Just like everything else in life that you go get and that you decide to go with, it takes a little bit of time. Right? So as I'm shopping for insurance, I need to make sure that the person that's covering me is the right person. Okay? Because let me tell y'all something. I got progressive, but I be ready to drop their ass sometimes. My homeboy said Geico did him best. I got a friend of mine that fucks with State Farm. It's like, yo, Jake, I got some issues. I need some help. But my point is that they're all great insurance providers. But a couple of them wasn't just for me where I'm at in life. So what I'm saying to you sisters is that when you got a man that's a good man, okay? He may be a good man, but he may not be the best man for you right now in your life. He may be indeed a good man, but is this man going to protect and provide and cover you the way that you desire and the way that you feel like you deserve? Is he going to give you that type of insurance? Is he going to make sure that through your thick and thin, baby, you covered? You know what, girl? You going through some shit. I'm here. I got you. All right? You're stressed out. Fuck it. We gonna fix things. All right? A little bit of pressure. You stressed a little bit. Work taking you through some things. You done had some kids. Some shit's got out of order. Some shit broke down. You know what, baby? Things ain't how they used to be. Let's go ahead. Let's lay out everything that we didn't allow to get out of whack. And let's get this shit back in order. Because the one thing that I said was, if this shit get out of order, I will work with you to keep this shit in balance. So you got to ask yourself, there's a lot of good men out there. You got somebody that look good. You got somebody that's taking you to dinner, right? So hear me out. Hear me out. This is my issue with motherfuckers that go buy expensive cars and cheap ass insurance. I'm going to give you a really good example. I'm going to break it down to those really simple, all right? Homeboy of mine, right? And to all of my Latinos out there and Latinas, don't get mad when I say this, okay? But a homeboy of mine went and got a Continental GT. Pull right over there to yes, below. Amigo, insurance. He's like, yo, give me the cheapest insurance. Amigo hit him with the $95 or however much it was a month. He's like, yo, you sure that's all it's going to cost for this? They're like, yeah, that's it. Full coverage. It's like, full coverage? Yeah, that's it. Full coverage. That's all they kept telling him. Full coverage. Full coverage. All right, bet. Sign me up. He wrecked his shit. Oh, hey, I got full coverage. Well, your full coverage only goes up to X amount of thousands of dollars. Now, we're willing to repair the vehicle, but we got to send somebody out, and that could take 30 days. So, what I'm trying to say without going into detail is that some of you sisters, a lot of you sisters are amazing, beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous, phenomenal, intelligent, talented ass sisters that's worth so much. Why you settle for a cheap ass mate? Why you settle for a cheap ass date? Why you settle for somebody who's giving you full coverage, but to only a certain extent? Oh, Keisha tripping. He gonna be there for you if your homeboy is wilding out. You know, the nigga might even fight for you. But when you go through some real life shit, now all of a sudden, they ghosts. They ain't answering the phone. You can't get nobody to respond the way that you thought you was gonna get somebody to respond. So again, here we go. When you're dealing with people on a certain level, it's still a quality of the people that you got. So when you're talking about being with someone, loving someone, and caring for someone, right? When you fucking with somebody on that level, when you're telling me that you're trying to get this coverage in life, this insurance of love, this insurance on your relationship, this insurance on making sure that through thick and thin, they got your back. When you're telling me this, you got to make sure that not only are you really paying attention and reading in between the lines of this individual and their lives and their actions and their behaviors, but you also got to tell me that you understand your value. Do you really understand the value of you? Do you understand the value of you? And if you understood the value of you and you're telling me that you're worth all of this, then you would know that, yeah, this is full coverage, but this full coverage doesn't cover the value of me. You're going to have to take that shit somewhere else. All right? It may cover the Honda. You're talking about Ferraris over here. Right? I'm the Ferrari of love. And I ain't going to let just anybody try to cover and insure this. And when shit happens, all of a sudden, I can't even get you to be there for me. But I signed up for full coverage. But now shit done popped off. You ain't answering the phone. So many people got like that every day. All right? So at the end of the day, yeah, I understand that you're worth what you think you're worth. You're worth. But baby, if he don't know that, King, if she don't know that, then what does it matter? Do you know what I'm saying? What does it matter? So listen, y'all, I'm up out of here, all right? I got to get in the house, play with my young king, do some homework, do some reading, to let him know I love him to death, right? Because it's my kids. But I wanted to take the time and definitely tell y'all, thank you guys, right? For definitely logging in and supporting me, all right? It's all about the motivation. It's all about the love. It's all about breaking it down. It's all about being transparent. It's all about just really being truthful, man, and really just trying to help one another out, right? So make sure y'all go follow me on my Instagram, SXJ Project. I got a Snapchat, SXJ Project 1. If y'all want me to be the real with y'all, I typically just do my videos on here. My Instagram and my Snapchat, I just be posting random stuff. Videos about fitness, motivation, working out, get my body 1000. So definitely go check that out if you're trying to get yourself all the way together, right? Make sure that if this message helped you, if this message was inspiring, if you felt like somebody needed to hear this message, please take the time to repost and all right? And again, man, I love every single one of you guys. Y'all having a blessed, amazing night, all right? Oh, I have never forget about my peoples, man. I call them my peoples because I used to be homeless. If you know anything about me, man, you know I used to sleep outside. You know I had to sleep in my car. You know I slept underneath a bridge, man. It's not something that I'm proud of, but it's definitely something that I went through in life, right? So I got a trunk full of canned foods and stuff, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a really dope idea. I know that this is not a part of the message, but please, if you're listening, please keep watching, all right? I'm gonna give y'all a really dope idea, all right? So we collected all of these different random canned goods, potato chunks, all of these different stuff. So I said, okay, cool, check this out. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all the soups and all the different tomatoes and all the different seasonings and the ramen noodles, and I'm gonna boil everything in a big ass pot, boil the noodles, and I'm gonna make like this, what we call street gumbo, right? Street gumbo. So I'm going to take the street gumbo out, season it, make sure it tastes good, and I'm going to go feed the homeless people with all of these random ass canned goods. So I'm telling y'all, that's a really dope ass ideal, okay? If y'all decide to do that, what I want y'all to do to me, if you make some street gumbo, take that, record that, tag me, give me a shout out, and tell the world that with nothing, when we come together, we can make something, right? So with this trunk full of canned goods, random stuff, ramen noodles that only cost a couple dollars for a big thing. That's real, all right? So look,